Listen, these AM power calls are so amazing. I'm like, we need to start live streaming these online. So I love my Vital Health family. However, these messages need to be shared with the world. I don't know about you guys, but this entire week has just been like, zzz, like, oh my gosh, I have to follow all of these amazing leaders that have been coming on here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central, and really pouring our hearts out. And today, I'm going to share something powerful with you guys. And I'm also going to share something very transparent. You know, I believe that, great things not only come to those who wait and that patience is a virtue, I believe that the compound effect is real. And I'm going to share an example with you guys in terms of the compound effect and how it really works. But the first thing I want to say is this. If you are in vital health, you're not a guest on the Zoom today, but you are in this company presently as we speak. I'm going to say something to you, and I hope I don't offend anybody. But whether you like it or not, you are doing God's work. Whether you like it or not, you are doing God's work. And let me tell you how I could back this up with some scripture. The word of God says his will is that we would prosper and be in good health. Thus saith the Lord. His will said that his word says his will is that we will prosper and be in good health. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the world is the sickest it has ever been since the history of mankind. With all the technology, cars driving themselves, people taking recreational trips to the moon and Mars and all this kind of stuff. Like at the end of the day, the world, guys, is in trouble when it comes to the overall human experience. We're living a life of vitality. And why am I saying this and speaking with such conviction? Demond, you've been in health and wellness for 18 years. You're right, I have. And I've sold some amazing synthetic products over the years. What do you mean synthetic? Oh my gosh. Listen, guys, 95 to 97% of all nutrition that people purchase are synthetic vitamins, GNC, Whole Foods, all your grocery stores. A lot of the ads you see online, they're good for you. Synthetic vitamins are good. I wouldn't have made a fortune selling them if people could not benefit. But here's what I could tell you. Synthetics are like medication in one way, because, I'm not saying that they're the same, but in one way, they're the same. And that is they treat. They're like a Band-Aid. The only way the body is going to have what it needs to heal itself is from the ground. Chemotherapy has never healed anybody. Chemotherapy has only gave people what we call remission. And I'm not on here this morning to tell you that vital health is healing people. I'm not telling you that we can make medical claims or we can cure, mitigate anything. But what I can tell you is this: when the body has what it needs from the ground, it can heal itself. Listen, guys, I sold synthetic vitamins for 18 years. That's as long as I've been into network marketing. However, 10 years ago, I got introduced to plant-based nutrition. I have my own holistic doctor, and she hooked me and my family up. My wife, who's a medical doctor, my ex-wife, for 17 years, is a medical doctor, didn't know anything about nutrition because they don't teach them nutrition. So when her allergies were going crazy, my children's allergies were going crazy, my stress levels is at an all-time high, her stress levels is at an all-time high, when I'm getting freaking migraines and she's getting migraines and the kids are suffering, it was plant-based nutrition that helped us get our health back. My children have not been on any of those over-counter medicines, and I'm not going to name any of them because I'm streaming online IG. I'm not naming any of them, but they used to take those and I would cringe, just like when my ex-wife would take them to the doctor and they would get vaccinations, I would cringe. And I'm not telling you not to do that. You do whatever you feel is best for you and your family. However, what I'm telling you right now, Barb, is this. When you take medications, whether prescription or over the counter, long term, They're going to wreak havoc on your organs. Listen, I just got off the phone with the young lady I've been knowing since 2008 out of Toronto, Canada. She is my age, 49, soon to be 50 years old, and she has had some kidney challenges. She's had some challenges, going on with her blood and everything. And when she went and got her blood work done and they checked the kidneys, they asked her, "Are you taking any medications?" And what she told me that when she would come to the States, there's a particular over-the-counter medicine that you take for headaches that you can't buy in Canada. Hello, like you can't buy a lot of this crap that we sell right here in other countries. Well, they told her that she has to stop taking that because it's destroying her kidney. Fast forward, my dad out of St. Louis, Missouri, Perry Coleman. Okay, that's my dad. I love my dad. That is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. When my dad got kidney cancer, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer last year. Came January of this year, by the grace of God, because my dad is a man that will go to the doctor and get checkups. So they have been monitoring this chronic kidney disease over a course of time. What I'm going to tell you is this. By the grace of God, they found a little spot before it spread. They removed the kidney, thus removing the cancer. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Now, with that also being said, fast forward July 2025, my little sister Rakina got married in St. Louis, Missouri. She got married July 6th. I scanned my dad with the quantum scanner that we have here with Vital Health, and his uric acid came up red, which is like getting an F on your report card, just so I could make it plain without going into all this explanation. It came up red because green is basically you're good, blue, you're mildly abnormal, yellow, moderately, red, severely. So his uric acid was severely abnormal. No surprise, it came up under the report card under kidney function. No surprise, okay? Because he just had a kidney removed. He's operating on one kidney. But do you think he was happy when he saw that? No, guys. Well, at the end of our scan report, it gives you a comprehensive report, not only telling you the areas that you need to focus on first, but it also gives you a protocol in terms of here are the adaptogens and the plant-based nutrition that Vital Health provides that will help your body start to feel better. Okay. And so dad immediately placed this order. Matter of fact, he became a preferred customer so you could get him at wholesale price. And for 5 weeks, my dad did his protocol 65% of the time. Well, what do you mean 65%, Damon? Well, dad will forget to take his nightly supplement sometime, his nightly round of the protocol. He said he was on maybe like every other day. I bet he's not now, because let me tell you why. I go back to St. Louis last week, a week before last. My dad had a health fair at his church. He said, "Man, I'd love for you to come, bring Vital Health and scan the congregation, all that attend." I said, "No problem, Dad." I get to St. Louis. I said, "But first, the first person I got to scan, Dad, is you, because now it's been 5 weeks." I scanned my dad, and now his uric acid showed yellow on the report card, and his numbers had lowered significantly. He has been on the V-Itoran, which is a kidney detox. He's been on the V-Organix, which is a liver detox. He has been on our T-Detox, which is a blood, kidney, colon, and liver detox. Don't play with me, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I've made millions of dollars in multi-level marketing, and I lost it. And I did it again, and I lost it. And guys, I could tell you the last 3 years have been some of the most painful years I've experienced in direct sales and network marketing, to the point by the top of the year, I said, "To hell with this. I'm not doing this." The world has changed, but the industry has not changed. And so here I am running around, chasing my tail like the freaking dog, trying to figure it out, thinking if I lost it. I'm questioning me. I'm questioning my ability to go out here and do something great, because in my first 8 years in network marketing, you couldn't touch this. I was the golden child. Everything I touched turned to gold and didn't have to touch much. I was in a couple of companies, made several $1 million, and all I had to do was put a post out and the DMs would flood. I didn't even get a chance to get to my list, to make calls, to send DMs. They flooded me with messages like, I'm in. What's our next move, coach? What we doing, coach? Oh, these last 3 years, the mind has been with multiple companies, guys. Multiple companies trying to figure it out. And I would get with the company, and I was like somebody was tied, like they had my hands in my mouth, my hands tied and my mouth tied. And it was like, I know what to do. Why you not doing it, Demond? You know what to do. Why you not doing it? Because in my heart of hearts, I'm saying to myself, here we go again. Same freaking products, different formulas, different compensation plan, the same old, more of the same equals freaking more of the same. So I'm like, man, what is it? Has my time expired? It's been 18 years, Demond. Unfortunately, you're going out like this, but man, you learned a lot throughout your time. You owned your own multi-level marketing company. You learned a lot about business. You learned how to be a great speaker and a coach. You got John C. Maxwell certified. Man, you changed thousands of people's lives with your feminine hygiene brand. Dude, be proud and walk out with a badge of honor that you did a great job. But I did not feel good about walking away from network marketing because I love multi-level marketing. I don't care what they say to y'all, a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, whatever you want to say, direct sales, network marketing, home-based business. I'm clapping on my hands so y'all know I'm on fire today because I stopped doing that almost 20 years ago. But anywho, it has changed more people's lives. It has made more millionaires in this world than any other industry combined. Yes, multi-level marketing, which y'all speak so negative about when you don't know all the information. It is a legit business model that now Amazon is following, Walmart, all these huge major corporations are now having affiliate models. And then when Uber came out, they made it cool to have the side hustle when, at one point you was an entrepreneur and it's like, yeah, you ain't making no money. Wasn't that cool? Now everybody wants to be an entrepreneur along with their jobs. And let me set the record straight as I make my point. Listen to me. If you have built the lifestyle for you and your family on multi-level marketing, and these last few years, you have been feeling like you in the matrix, you can't figure out what the hell is going on, you don't know what's happening, don't sit up there and lose everything that you built because of the pride of getting a job. I said it. Yeah, getting a job. And network marketing and direct sales, if you say you get a job, that's like saying you suck, you're not great. All it is, people put jobs down when the same very people talking bad about having a job were the same people that had a job when they got started in network marketing, and that job funded their business so they can pay their auto ship, so they can buy their package, so they can get them tickets to go to the next event. Don't be suffering like buffering, talking about I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna do this, and then you're losing every freaking thing. Stop it. My mama is not a well-educated woman from a traditional standpoint. She dropped out of high school in the 10th grade, had my brother at 16 years old, but by far she is one of the wisest women that I ever met in my life. She is a prayer warrior. My mama slays the dragon. The only reason why raising 5 boys and 8 children in St. Louis, Missouri, all of us still alive to this day, because we all got stories. However, let me digress. My mama told me this when I was 20 years old. I had just stopped selling dope, got married, gave my life to Christ, had 3 children, had not had a job up until then. And she said, son, don't never be afraid to do what you got to do until you do what you want to do. Now, that made sense at the time, but guess when it made the most sense? When I got a job, I carried that in my ear the whole time. Like, my mama blessed me because she gave me some ammunition to be proud to know whatever I had to do, I'm taking care of my family. I'm telling you right now, if you're in multi-level marketing, you're listening, or you know some network marketers, and you keep seeing them bouncing around, most of the time, you see a lot of that movement because they're getting paid to go to these different companies. They're getting paid to go to these different companies, not even believing in what it is that they're doing. Now, if they got paid because they bring in an organization and they got a great reputation and the company is saying, hey, we want to give you a bonus for coming on board, bringing your brand, bringing your team, that's excellent because they earned it. They did. But the problem is you got networkers now who made a career check chasing and dragging y'all through the mud the whole time. You over there trying to figure out, why am I not making money and they making all this money? What's wrong with me? Am I that slow? Do I suck that bad? No, guys, they brought you to the wrong model. And there's a lot of that going on right now because a lot of these American-based companies haven't changed their model, even though the world has changed. So here it is, fast forward. DeMond Coleman had burned through his network by the time he got to Vital Health. And I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I wish I could put it across the screen. How was it? IDK, no, IDC, IDC, will we be saying, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. You know, I don't care because for the first time in many years, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not being biased, I'm just telling the truth. When I launched my company and network marketing, guys, I launched a feminine hygiene brand that sells non-toxic menstrual pads, and it went viral. Couldn't keep up with the sales, had a horrible infrastructure, and the CEO that stole over $1 million. Oh, yeah, I'm saying it. I ain't mentioning no names. So it didn't work out. Still got my bread, but that was the most mission-driven company, mission-driven product I ever seen because it was helping change and save women's lives. But here it is, it only helped women. Fast forward, here it is with Vital Health. We have something that your babies can take, your husband can take, your wife can take, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, the whole world can use our products. Now, my good friend in Canada that I had a very transparent conversation with, who hasn't put in a resume since 2002, okay, and putting the resume together now, sent her some free product, a sample pack. She started using the products, and she called me this morning. She said, DeMond, because she enrolled with Vital Health now. Okay, so she's about to get a corporate hustle on, and she's about to get a network marketing hustle on. It ain't a hustle, but it's a hustle. And she said, DeMond, how long should it take for these products to work? Because I know with natural, herbs and everything, it usually has to be in your system 30 days, 60 days, sometimes 90 days to really start having an effect. I say, yeah, typically, but I'm listening. She said, well, DeMond, she say, I started taking the V-Idolate. She say, I cannot tell you how good I've slept and so on. She said, but I don't want to take it every day because I don't want to, get used to it. And then I said, no. What you're thinking about is melatonin. You don't want to take that every day because it depletes the body, the natural ability to produce melatonin on its own. So yes, you become dependent on it. I say, oh no, but we have magnesium in our V-Idolate. And it's not even a sleep product, but one of the benefits of sleep because it also has valerian root, which calms the nervous system. And a lot of times you're on social media or you're just dealing with life and the brain just keeps going. And so she's like, and then DeMond, I've been having this pain in my knees all this time. And I've been on a V-Idolate, and she said, and I just, and I hadn't worked out in a minute and everything, and I worked out, and my knees was hurting, and DeMond got on the V-Idolate, and my knees feel better. And she keeps going on and on about these different testimonials, and I said to Nisha, historically, yes, plant-based nutrition takes time because it's not Western medicine, it's not synthetic, it doesn't work as fast. I said, but we have nanotechnology infused inside of our adaptogens. That means they can work up to 10 times better with a smaller amount. So what you're experiencing right now, yes, it is normal, even with plant-based nutrition. She said, wow. I said, listen to me. And I didn't say her name, but she don't mind. I ain't say her last name, but here's the thing, guys. You do whatever you have to do to stay in this business, whether it's get a job, a side hustle, drive Uber Eats, Lyft, whatever you got to do. And I'm going to tell you why. It goes back to the beginning of this Zoom when I first mentioned you're in Vital Health, whether you like it or not, you are doing God's work. We are helping people live a life of vitality one person at a time. And if it was anything DeMond Coleman was going to get back in it, don't say you're starting from scratch. No, you're not. Scratch is nothing, right? You're starting from experience. So you take all the tools, everything that you've learned, the skill set that you develop, okay? It's powerful, guys, when you can use it in an area where you feel passionate about, where you're willing to do the work and build brick by brick. By now, I've been at minimum a triple diamond in Vital Health. By now, I'm a partner. Going emerald, going diamond, going double diamond, triple diamond, and I don't know and I don't care how long it will take because I will until I'm like my daddy. He said he's gonna be on the products for the rest of his life because he got one kidney. I'll be in Vital Health unless Alice Reynoso decides to pack up the bags and go somewhere else. I'm right here. I'm doing God's work, and it never felt better. It never felt better to work with people that don't even have experience. And I ran from that because I got to a place in my career where I didn't really want to work with you if you wasn't a self-starter and had some kind of experience. And I didn't earn that. I earned that. I didn't become prideful or arrogant. I treated people well. I just knew how I wanted to spend my time. And I wanted to service the people that already knew how to really service their people, their teams. Well, those people that I'm talking about, they look at me like I'm crazy sometimes because they like, man, what's up, Demai? You was here, now you're there. And by right, guys, they have the right to choose to not work with me, no problem. But now I'm doing more of God's work because guess what? If the lady that introduced me to network marketing in 2008 looked over me because I didn't have experience in network marketing, built big teams and all of that, you wouldn't even know my name. And that's the case with many of the top earners in this industry, guys. We all have to start from somewhere. So here I am now, back teaching people how to do three-way calls, back teaching people how to make a list, back teaching people how to properly edify, back teaching people the system, all the basics that I ran from like the plague because I felt I had ascended so high, I shouldn't have to do that anymore. And I can tell you, it feels amazing to take my time and work with people and develop them and be patient with them because they're hungry. And the people that I work with don't have to have experience. They just have to be willing. I work with the willing. I'm not going back and building a new network. Still doesn't mean I'm chasing or begging people to come on board. No, I expose. I expose the information. That's it. And once I expose the information, should they decide to get started, then I will coach them. And it feels great because I know I'm doing God's work. And here's my thought process this time, or should I say, since my feminine hygiene brand. Whether they build the company or not, they're going to be a customer, not just because my pads are so good, but because they're affordable. And here it is in Vital Health, guys. Not only do we have plant-based nutrition with adaptogens and nanotechnology, they're the most affordable products in all the world. In direct sales and network marketing. We're not competing with other network marketing companies, Daniel. We're competing with Amazon. We're competing with Amazon. That's the giant, and that's what these companies are missing. The average cost of our products are only $30, and when you get in the influencer program and you qualify, and it's easy, you're getting the products now for an 80% discount. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, 65, 70 years old guys that are earning an additional couple hundred to $1,000 a week or a month just because they're having scanning parties at their home, showing their peers their bodies. They're looking at the results and they're saying, I'm taking action. They got the product on hand, or they send them to the website and they're getting a spread of either 100% retail or up to 900% retail. I didn't say 20%. I didn't say 30%. I said up to 100%. Where do they do that at? Vital Health, guys. And so I want to encourage you this morning. First of all, we don't make medical claims or income claims because our results may vary, and some of these are not typical. But I'm going to tell you this as I wrap up. I got 5 minutes, guys. I want you to think about this compound effect that I talked about in the beginning, Valerie. The compound effect. The compound effect happens when you do something over a period of time and then you get results. It's the body of work that you do over a period of time and you get results after so long. The compound effect works negatively towards you and it works positively towards you. Listen, guys, I grew up in the streets, smoking weed, selling dope, which was stressful, drinking as a teenager, all the things, and all my peers did. And there's a lot of people, maybe you didn't grow up in the streets, but maybe you've been drinking for a long time. Maybe you've been smoking for a long time. Maybe you've been eating sugar for a long time. Maybe you've been eating too much salt or processed foods for a long time. Well, that's been compounding in your body. This is why when you get scanned and you see the report and you're like, oh my gosh, as if you didn't know what you've been doing. Ludacris had this song, all this drinking gonna catch up and all this smoking gonna catch up. But some of y'all just really don't give not going there, okay? But that's the song. And people are like, yeah, partying and drinking and not giving up. And now they get scared and now they give up, you know what? So here it is. That's the compound effect, right? And thank God we have something that over the course of time, you keep using these plant-based nutritional products with the adaptogens and the nanotechnology, that's going to compound too. So you're not hopeless. And we're not saying we're going to cure you or anybody, but we're saying you got options. Now, the other compound effect, when you look at the positive, I want you to think about a piñata. This is a culture in the Mexican community. Okay, so I might not get it all right, but I think I'm going to get it right enough for you to understand where I'm going with this. The piñata is a pony. Okay? It's a pony. And that pony is stuffed and filled with candy and little toys and all these little things that kids love. And these kids, they got it usually hanging down on a tree or a pole, hanging on a little rope. And the kids come up and they whack it. And they whack it. And they whack it, whack it, whack it. And sometimes they all whack it together. But if the parent is smart, the parent gives the individual kids an opportunity to whack it because they start whacking each other with the stick. So you get the kids come up one at a time, whack, whack, whack. They get so many whacks, nothing happens. Another kid come up, whack, whack, whack. Nothing happens. Other kids come up, whack, 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 whack. Now the strong kid comes up. Yeah, everybody knows he's about to bust that piñata down. He comes, whack! Nothing happens. Then you get the little kid come up, the little short, the one that nobody thought would be able to bust open the piñata. He's so little, he could barely swing the stick. A little man, a little woman, little lady, she comes up and she, and the piñata. And all the kids rush to the piñata and grab the candy and grab the little treats and everything, and it's a beautiful day. Who bust open the piñata? The little girl or the little boy that hit it the last time? Or was it a conscious, continuous effort of all the whacking from all the other kids? And by the time it became her turn or his turn, and here it is, guys. I'm living that principle right now. The mind, you love network marketing as long as you was making all that money and it was coming easy. Then when the going got tough, tough got going. I guess you couldn't live what you trained. I wanted to, but it had to make sense. And by nothing but the grace of God, he sent me a lifeline. First of all, Alex Reynoso, the owner of this company, sent me a DM. Guys, didn't even respond for a while because the first thing he said was, man, I want to connect. I'm not trying to recruit you. I say, he's trying to recruit me. Reached back out to Alex, responded, thought he was a nice guy. We moved the conversation to WhatsApp. We had a great conversation. And guess what? He didn't try to recruit me. He thought I was with another company, and I wasn't. 2.5, 3 months later, I get an inbox from James Linhart, our VP of Marketing, Triple Diamond with the company. And we made friends 3 years ago in another company. And he said, man, I just saw you live. I'd love to do some more lives with you. Look what you manifested, James. Look, here we are right now doing lives again together. He said, man, I'd love to do them lives again with you. Wasn't even on the same team. But we had a connection and we worked together. And James invited me to get on a Zoom. He told me he just became the VP of Marketing. He wanted me to take a look at what he was doing. And I didn't even ask him what it was. He didn't tell me. I came on a Zoom. I heard the presentation. I said, oh my gosh, you mean to tell me you got a company now with plant-based nutrition and we got the technology to match? Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. They went through the compensation plan. I said, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And then at the end, they introduced the owner and founder of the company, Alex Reynoso. I said, oh my gosh, I've been set up. James told Alex to reach out to me. Alex told James to reach out to me. They tag teamed me. They set me up, but I don't mind because they set me up for success. Come to find out, Alex didn't know that I knew James. James didn't know Alex reached out to me. This was a divine appointment, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're in this company right now, it was because of a divine appointment. God got you, man. He did not forget about you no more than he forgot about me. So you do whatever you have to do to stay in this business. Whatever you have to do, don't let that pride, don't let that ego, whether it's a part-time or a full-time, you do whatever you got to do to stay in this business because somebody is depending on you and you haven't even met them yet. And by chance, you get this new side hustle or gig or whatever, look how many more people you got access to. When I first got started in network marketing, I was cutting and styling hair behind the chair. And I first started off with my customers. One of them became a top producer, helped him make a multiple six figures a year. Come on. Listen, guys, thank you so much for listening to my big mouth this morning. James Linhart, whether you like it or not, I love you, man. And I appreciate you for thinking about me, for considering me, sending me a lifeline, letting God use you. Thank you, Alex Reynoso. Thank you, David Nieves, Brooke Nieves. Man, all of my peers, who are in this company, who have been being advocates of change, doing God's work. So when the going gets tough, remember the compound effect and you keep hitting that pinata, because one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and even 1 hour, your whole life can change. Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant, and I can't wait to see you back on the next AM Power. Y'all have a great day, have a great weekend, and God bless.